changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, he sent us in to find it.
Oh shit! Run. No!
Bravo 6, going dark.
At the moment, not. Will be a filler, which will either be a second flash or a secondary breacher, depending on how the lobby will go and how many people are in the lobby. Then you have 6th, 7th, however many people are in, and then whoever the hell is last is your rear guard and breacher.
Keep in mind that if you do want to play filler, later down the line you will have to learn how to do multiple play styles, whether it be shield, breaching, flashing. Like, you will have to know how to fill around.
Unless you get in a squad quickly enough.
That is
if you get in a squad quickly enough, you should be fine. You'll stay in the same position for majority of the time, unless you join something called a joint op. Now, is there any other preferences other than the breacher being Alonso?
I'll get point. Man, go. Let's go.
And wants to play point? Alright, you gotta take a mirror gun. Right. General rule of...
Sorry, I was going to say there are only guns specifically we should be using, or whatever you want.
No, lethals are the recommended for this game. Non-lethals will be called in advance, but honestly, I've been playing in this server for a long time. I've been in alpha for a long time. I've not run non-lethals once. Right. General rule of thumb: if you're towards the front of the line, flashbangs are going to be your priority. If you're towards the back of the line, you're going to have reduced flashbangs to have a priority on something called door wedges. It's just a general rule of thumb. I believe every squad lead follows it, even the ones that are going to be coming up to take the newer squads that are starting up in the next week or two. So just keep that in mind. So if you're breacher, I want more floor wedges, and I want about 2 flashbangs total. Right, so we're going to start a line. We're going to start the line on this wall in front of me, the wooden wall. I want point man first.
So anybody running heavy armor, make sure you swap out for light. That is generally how we run things here.
Yeah, light armor gives you more slots for tactical, and honestly, heavy armor slows you down, so you just get shot more often, which kind of devalues itself. Another general rule of thumb, I don't think we run gas on anything other than gas station. So if you're thinking gas grenades, I would get that hope out now. So I want point man right up against the door here. Right, leave space for a second, which will be me. Let's think third. Who here? Okay, fuck it. Crouch if you already have a position. Stands if you don't.
Not sure what you want me to do. You know, I already know.
Honestly, I don't think you're going to be in the stacks. I think you're just going to be my help for examples. Right. We're going to do third will be Dandy. I want you on third. Wait, Dandy, do you want to run shield or do you want to run flash?
Whichever. I'm indifferent.
Alright, take a flashbang grenade launcher.
Okay.
Alright, you're going to be third. I want fourth, which will be shield. Anyone necessarily against being a shield? Because I say this now. No? Brilliant. I want Alonso on shield. Wait, not Alonso. Fucking typical username, sorry. Breacher is just going to be last, I already know who he is. That's, wait, is that Advanced D or no? Or Alonso? That's Alonso. Alonso, you're breach, so you're going to be at the back of the line. Just wait till I finish everyone else. Right. I want... Is the typical username just doing his loadout now?
I'm gonna set up the doors.
Yep. Shield. You can guys move up further. I literally fit in like very easily right here. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. I want Romeo next in line as the 5th. You can keep the battering ram. Wait, not Alonso. Fucking Jonas Romeo. I want you as 5th. Keep the battering ram. Advanced D. I want you behind 5th, and then I want Alonso as the rear guard at the very back. Just line up, pretty much. Yeah? Alright, and then Alonso hug up behind them. This will be the order that you guys are in. Remember who's in front of you, remember who's directly behind you. If you go through a doorway and you're in the wrong order, you're out of line and you will cause a jam. You've seen the video, so I don't really want to repeat too much of this stuff unless it's the mistakes, which then we'll repeat it a bunch. Piggy is here to take notes, so don't take too much worry about where you see him in a line or where you see him running around. Same with Jazz. Jazz is just going to be here to help me show examples on how to do things. Okay. So I want you guys to walk through the door and stack up on the next door on the right side. And I want you to enter now. Jazz, just walk through the door and I'm going to have you show J-Hook. Yeah, just go. We're going to follow line.
So you're gonna come through here. You're gonna stack right up here. Since your point, you're gonna be stacking right on the hinge side of the door. Always stack hinge side if possible.
Wand as well.
Not yet. So a big thing about this.
So he just said something wrong. Right. This usually you stack on the side with the door handle because if you swing it, you don't get gunned down from a bad angle. But due to the way the room is, we can't stack it without people standing right here and here. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stack on the right side. Understood?
Alright.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Generally, you won't need to whip out your long tacks unless squad lead calls for it.
Exactly.
I'll get on the others.
Yeah. I want you to stand right about. Yeah, literally like right there. Woo. I just want to see. Right. So, I'm gonna ask real quick just to make sure everyone has a button to put their gun down, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. We've all seen how it works, so I'm just gonna show you the quick example, because otherwise Donny will have my head. Gun down when you walk through a door, hook, and then pull out, okay? That is the simple way of doing things. I want you guys, I expect you to do it through every single doorway, otherwise you're gonna slow down pace a little bit, or you're just gonna get gunned down at the doorway before someone else can get through. Like Jazz said earlier, the systems are very much a faith-based system. If I tell you that you're going right, you're not looking left even if you hear a gunshot going right past your ears. Right. Now, I'm going to ask the point man, which direction are you going through the door? Which wall are you hugging?
It's through left. Left, isn't it? Or is it right? Sorry,
It's fine. If you get it, this is training. You're going to get a few things if you... Alright, you're hugging the right wall, so you're going to walk along, and then hug that right wall, okay?
Alright, so like that and then right.
Perfect, pretty much. Yeah. Right?
Damn straight, bro.
I'm gonna swing left. Dandy.
I'm going to be swinging right, but I'm going to be looking center as I walk through.
Perfect. Next.
Left.
Yeah, next.
Right.
Left.
You're gonna be looking. Okay, you're gonna be going left and looking center. You're the sixth man. Alonzo.
Right.
Perfect.
Also,
Now, as a rear guard, your eyes are always gonna be the entrance behind us. Pretty much, as much as it feels like it's pointless, I've been playing rear for quite a while now. It's genuinely, as much as Donny says it, I didn't believe him. It's probably the most important position when it comes down to it. If you get gunned down from the from the back, it's never just one person that goes down. I promise.
I can personally say Burrow has saved my ass on multiple occasions.
Who just joined? Is this P-Dog?
Yeah.
Why is there? Yeah.
Also,
Right, we're not taking any more people in line. If you want to watch just like Deadline is to get a refresher, then feel free to join the lobby and then just stand along the top railing.
Also, do this because it worked in the last training. When a room is like safe and you've confirmed that it's clear and safe, generally you want your weapon lowered. So if I see people flashing friendlies, I will start shooting kneecaps.
Fair enough.
It doesn't really matter in like small situations, but when we do joint ops with like 12 people, 15 people, it will cause friendly fire if you accidentally flag a friendly.
Yeah, and friendly fire, I'll tell you this right now, people don't tend to forget. And as much as this server is very big on it being nice to and supporting newer players, especially trainees and private ones, if you get known for something, it's hard to get rid of that reputation.
Yep.
So gunning down your teammates, not calling stuff, if that becomes like a habit, trust me, people remember, and squad leads tend to show their, I don't want to say favoritism, but I'm going to go with trust a lot more often than you'd think. So we're going to do a practice breach real quick, since everyone knows which direction they're going, and everyone has their gun down. We should be able to do this. So I'm going to close this door, because it's a good practice. I'm gonna call Breacher up to the front. Perfect. Now, Advanced D, you're now technically the rear until he opens that door. Once that door is open,
I have a question. Like, the rear guy should always have his gun up, right?
yeah, so I'm watching behind,
Yeah,
yeah. But once
rear-
the
yeah, rear-
has to
rear.
move, you put the gun down again. Yeah. So once you hear him start counting down, as soon as you hear the number 2 or 1, you turn around and you're following stack. Because as soon as that door opens, rear looks back and waits for everyone to pass while everyone else floods through the door. Yeah. This is where head cams are a huge benefit, by the way. Alright. I'm gonna say, usually I would say point man to peek the door, or actually for breacher to peek the door for traps, and then point man would simply say clear, or if it's trapped, and then defuse the trap. So breacher peek for traps.
Dark lady.
Alright, now close it as soon as you hear the call.
Oh shit, my bad.
That's fine.
Oh,
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Now I'm gonna say breacher on you, which means he's gonna count down from 1 to 3, and we're going to flood through this door. Which means guns down, run through, gun up, hold your, hug your walls, and then then stop before getting to the what looks like a doorway with no door.
I'll be there. Don't worry.
Okay. Jazz is going to make sure to call out anybody on going the wrong direction because he should be able to see who goes left and right. Breacher on you.
3, 2, 1.
Shit, keep flowing. Third, watch center. Good shit, keep flowing. There we go. Nice. Fifth and sixth, definitely make sure you're keeping your guns down when you go through the door. Just notice you were going a lot slower than the other guys were. Not necessarily your own fault, just you had your gun up, movement penalty. Like I said, just remember, gun down once you're through the door, gun up, gun down going through, gun up once you're in and you have an angle.
Okay. I'm gonna do this one more time. I want everyone to flood back in, by the way.
Yeah.
Go back in. I want you to stack up the same order you were in just a second ago. Rear guard, I know you were watching back, and it's a really annoying thing to do, because 100% I can like attest to it. As soon as you hear the countdown, just turn around and and follow the stack. You want to be quick as possible on it.
I'm using the head cams. So
Yeah, that's fine.
head cam on not guys up.
I am going to do something a little questionable, but I want to make sure you guys stick to this, stick to your angles under pressure, so just do the breach how you normally do.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for point man to use a mirror gun to check for traps and any hostiles. Alright, there's a general rule of thumb when you use a mirror gun. Donny loves this, so if you want to get a squad lead to love you, this is how you do it. You want to say stuff, use commands such as, if there's a wall directly to the right with nothing to look at, you say dead and then the direction of what it is. That will help your team understand that if they're going that direction, to not look that direction, but hug that wall anyways.
Alright.
You want to say something along the lines of, if the room specifically flows one direction, so you don't have a choice but to go that direction, even if you go right or left, you will say flow and then the direction of it, direction of flow.
So, like this room be dead.
Dead right, flow
Dead,
left.
dead right, floor left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then you want to say something along the lines of, if there's any obstructions, if there's hostiles, you say suspect if you don't know if it's armed or not. You say armed suspect if you see a gun, and you see so you say civilian if you know for a fact they don't have a weapon. In this case, obviously there'll be nothing there, but it's just good things to know because we've had a message recently about people with point men wanting a like mirror gun to be covered a bit more in training.
Alright, cool.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask mirror gun if everything's clear.
Remember, do not shoot me, I just want to see how you guys will act under pressure.
Yeah, no bother. No traps, terminate right, floor left.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Hug your walls, boys. I'm gonna call for a flash. That's always the third man, and then unless called that he doesn't have any flashes left. So I want third man to prep a flash, and I want breacher up front. Now, since we've used the mirror gun, we don't actually need to peek, which is a huge plus.
And third, take it from a guy who plays third. Once you pull that pin, you want to hold it, and you want to call flash prepped. If you're using the launcher, you want to call launcher ready once you have it up.
Sure.
And don't kill any friendlies with the launcher. You don't want to be known for that.
Do you tend to prep the flash before the door is breached, or?
Yes, because you have a point holding a gun up, you have
Yeah.
people behind you watching the door, and you have a rear watching your back.
Cool.
There's no threat of you dying. So I'll say prep flash, which means you pull the pin.
Flash prep.
Okay. And then I'm gonna say breacher on you. Don't throw it when he says one. Throw it when the door actually opens. A lot of people seem to make that mistake, and it always happens. It's painful.
No problem.
I have
Breacher on you.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I nearly made that mistake. Jeez.
Good shit,
I'm
Senator.
a
Keep trained.
little disappointed on the center.
Keep trained on me. No,
Oh,
don't
who made that
shoot me.
mistake? Who
Don't
made
shoot
that
me.
mistake? Alright, Alonso. I'm guessing you caught the mistake, yeah?
Oh.
Alright, which
hold on.
direction are you
What?
going, Alonso?
Right, so I was going right, but when I saw this man standing
So-
here, I went left.
There you go.
Okay, so he's next in line, he went left, so you're going right.
Hey,
So,
Shield. Now that the room's clear, what's the move?
oh, right, yeah.
What?
So, a lot of times, we're going to go back and stack up in a second, but I want to cover this now. So, Jazz, I want you to stand here. Everyone back up a little bit in this room. So, I'm just using an example. Usually I'm a rear guard, so that means I'm at the very end of the line, which means I'm at the very back, which is going to be helpful for Alonso right here, so just keep an eye out and try to listen. I'm always at the end of the line, which means I should never go through any doorway or threshold before anybody else. Obviously, if you're in the middle of the line, you just got to remember who's in front of you and make sure that you're never in front of them. If you're in a room, sometimes you're going to get ahead of them just because you're on the opposite side of walls, which happens, okay? But whenever you see a threshold, you need to make sure you follow natural line. So, Jazz is ahead of me in line, he's going to be third in whatever squad we end up in. Jazz, I want you to actually stand here behind me, I'm going to move up the front. So, if I was ahead of him, I'm gonna call natural flow, and you're gonna see how much it plays out. We showed it in the video, but I just need to show you in game. Otherwise, Donny will no longer think I'm his favorite. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ready?
Jazz. All right, we're going back.
Oh, we're just
Natural
back.
flow. Just flow
Oh,
through.
Okay.
Natural
Flow
flow.
through,
Don't worry, Jazz is still relatively new as well. He's got a lot of SOPs down for being here for like a few days though. Alright. 3, 2, 1. So, whenever you walk through these rooms, so let's say for whatever reason, Dandy gets ahead of, I forgot your call sign, I know Weebus.
Sorry,
Cam.
Alex.
It's fine, you're in training, so it doesn't,
We'll get
it's
there
not
in
too big
time,
of a
yeah,
deal.
Don't worry.
Right. Hey man, if you want to watch, you can use it as a refresher course, but don't talk and you can't join the training session, sadly. You can join I believe you can join the lobby and just watch though. Right, so for whatever reason, if Dandy's ahead of Cam, and Cam's point man, so it shouldn't be happening, and Jazz just walk back so they can use the position.
Yeah.
And I call natural line. I want you guys to pass it. Perfect. So Dandy's second, I assume? Wait, who's second? So who's third? Sorry, who's third?
I'm meant to be second. No, you're meant to be second. I'm third, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
to the shot. Good guys.
Okay,
third.
so who's Jonas?
It's me.
Jonas?
Alright.
Jonas, what number are you in line?
I'm in the fifth. I am in the fifth.
Okay, come back.
Okay.
So you should never cross a threshold like this ahead of someone
Okay.
that isn't sixth or behind.
Okay.
Understood? So
Yes, sure.
who's in front of you right now should always be in front of you. Obviously, Dandy, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. So I want Dandy and Cam specifically to just show natural flow through the doorway again. I know you guys were doing it correctly, but just for educational sake. Perfect. Right?
Go on to the next room, I'll just wait.
So, Jonas, again, you're not going in unless people ahead of you. So stack up on me real quick. Just
Sure.
everybody stack up on me
Yeah,
on the wooden wall I'm standing at right now.
Yeah,
All right, hold your positions, everybody. Right, Jonas, look at the names ahead of you and look at the names behind you.
I see it.
Right?
Yeah.
Through a doorway and through thresholds like this, you need to be in this exact order. So if you see typical username or I forgot his fucking Ghost, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. If you see Ghost, Dandy, or Cam, pass all three of them pass, then you go in. You don't go in until you see everyone ahead of you pass first.
Okay. Sure.
Understood? Okay.
Sure.
So
Sure.
what I'm gonna do is do another stack up on behind the door we've been coming through over and over. And I'm gonna have you guys use natural flow through this threshold this time. I'm gonna have everyone pass through it. And I want everybody to go in the order they went through the first door, okay?
Before you guys,
Everyone stack up on this door.
before,
3, 2, 1.
nice.
Oh,
man.
See?
I didn't know we were going at this
No,
one, sorry.
I'm just giving room for people behind.
Yeah, same, I'm just trying to give room.
Just giving room for people behind us.
Yeah,
It's not
I know it's a little
thing.
bit hard to stack with me in the way.
Well, everyone's in order.
Yeah, I don't know who. I saw someone like stop at the wall real quick. Good shit. Good looking out. Whoever did that. I saw you stop to maintain flow. Good stuff.
Right. Follow me.
Breaching time. Best part of the training.
Okay, we're gonna do double stacking now.
Yeah.
This is something that I.
With a group this big, we have to double stack.
So double stacking is something that you see a lot more in joint ops than anything else, but it's a pretty useful tactic. I want everyone that's known for going left to hide the left wall, and everyone going right to stack up on the right wall, maintaining the order you usually would be in.
No,
How many people have we got?
Alonso would be right.
Yeah, Alonso,
Left.
you're going right. I feel like I was going crazy. 6 is left center, so so 7 has to be right. All right. So
Alonso, remember your rear.
yeah, you're rear, so you're
Yeah,
watching behind where we came from all
yeah,
times.
Cover on the wall. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I want so mirror gun to cover to check the door for traps.
No traps, dead right, 4, straight.
Right, to unlock it, and for some reason this game kicking works. Right. So a double stack is pretty simple. Everyone on the right is going to be moving along the right wall. Everyone on the left side will be moving the left side of the wall, unless called otherwise by squad lead, which it does happen. Sometimes you hear first man goes right, everyone else will go left, depending on the flow. It does happen. There's a lot of unique and situational calls, but at least in those calls, they're always called in advance, so you don't have to guess or try to figure it out on the fly. You just get told in advance. And a good squad lead would know what to say right now, but I'm not one, so here we are. We're going to... Basically, I'm going to swing for you, and it's a general rule of thumb. Donny hates when people do this. Bob does this all the time. Which is, swingers don't... if you swing, open a door, or breach, you are never the first person into a room. You're almost always the last. It's just the rule of thumb on this game, because otherwise, if you're the one to breach and go in, you're slowing everything else down. Unless it's 2 people in total, there's no reason for you to breach and go in. Right. So if I swing, if I'm gonna call swing, everyone on the right is gonna be right, left, okay? So it's 1-1. If Bush is I'm gonna swing, Bush, Cam will go first, I will go then second, Dandy will go third, then Ghost will go next, will go fourth, Jonas will go 5th, you'll go 6th, then Alonso 7th, yeah? And you'll just, and this is super easy because at least you're following the side you just start on. So I'm gonna swing on my count of 1, and then we're gonna follow through.
Just remember, you want to be on the ass of the guy before you in, because it's all about speed and efficiency here.
Yeah, so the idea of left, right, the only reason it works is because if you're fast enough on someone's ass, someone that's going right can't get shot from left because you'll already be there shooting. That's literally the basis of this entire system. That's why we trust each other to not check each other's angles, and so we just check our own. Using the term clear will be a huge benefit, but I'm not going to put that in training because, well, it's an empty room. So it's good to have practice in ops, and eventually, sometimes you're going to forget it, and sometimes you won't. But until PFC, no one's going to yell at you. All right, swinging on 1. I want you guys to run up to Jazz, literally, in order. So natural flow all the way up to Jazz, and then we're going to stop. Make sure to stay in the order you went through the door. Don't make a mistake. If you get stuck in a door, I want someone to yell stuck, and we're going to do it again. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, definitely faster than earlier. Good stuff. Nice. That was a lot faster than earlier. Holy shit. Good shit, guys.
Perfect, boys. This one
That
usually
was-
fucks people over.
Yeah, I was gonna say good.
And Alonso's still watching rear. Lovely. Alright.
Yeah, I love this. Good shit. Seriously, that was way faster than the last flood. Good stuff, everybody.
Can I throw a hypothetical for them?
Sure.
Alright, so hypothetically, say point man goes in the room, you take down a suspect, but there's a civvy in the room. Who's taking him?
So generally you'd want to secure the rest. Are we talking like there's still suspects
No,
active
there's
or
still
rooms like...
the room's clear. There's a civvy left in the room. You've already taken the suspect down. Who's securing the civvy?
Ideally last one or last two people that are assigned left.
Correct.
Sorry, Donny is messaging me. Alright. Still not in trouble. Okay, so this is gonna be, sorry, I wasn't really listening, I'm gonna be honest with you. Donny messaged me asking about some issue with stuff, so I'll trust that Jazz covered it correctly. Right. This is gonna be a bit of an awkward one. I don't actually want to do it in this room. Just give me a moment to see if there's a bigger room. Nope, there isn't. Fuck this.
The biggest
Alright, we're going back.
Yeah.
We're going back to the large room. Perfect. Otherwise, he'll just say make room, which does happen a lot as a rear, which I honestly hate being doing in joint ops because it's just like 5 people have to move out. Right. So point man's already just checked for traps, which is fantastic. You say something like at least say something so that the squad lead knows you're mirror gunning, so that nothing else is called.
All right. Yeah, sure. Mirror
It's just
gunning.
a habit.
Yeah. Mirror gunning, dead right, floor left.
Perfect. Okay, actually wait, you're saying you're claiming dead right. If there's space, you make sure to cover it. So dead right means that literally through the door there's a wall along from the door.
Okay.
Dead right, you can say there's no, say doorway, fuck me, I'm trying to remember the call out now. Pull the doorways, the number of suspects, roughly what direction, and then of everything that you are, quickly as possible, and then just like finish off with dead right or flow left.
Alright. Okay.
Those are your general terms. Donny, at least in Alpha, Donny likes fast mirror gun calls of just covering the basics of what's needed to be said and then ready to go. I believe other squads might want more information, some squads don't, I don't know, it's based on squad lead. And honestly, just mirror guns preference. Alright, I'm gonna ask for breach up front and shield up front. Have we got a shield? Yeah.
Should, yeah.
Yeah, so I want shield up front. Shield activated. Alright, perfect. General rule of thumb, never activate a shield without being told to.
Like I said, I am gonna be shots your way at the shield and above your heads. Do not shoot me, but I want to make sure centers are training on me.
So
Okay.
is Pipeman still got in first, even with the shield gone?
No. So if shield's up front, now point man goes left. Third man, which would now be me, is going to follow the shield on right.
Alright.
And then fourth man's now looking center, so the order's just changed. If everyone can figure out exactly where you're going, ask a question if you don't know how to figure it out.
Alright, cool.
In this situation, fourth man is looking center, not you, and third.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're looking at the shield is the new point man, the second is now going left, I'm now following the shield, which is going right. The fourth will now be looking center instead. Fifth will now be going where? Going right looking right.
Where are you going?
Okay,
Opposite
right.
to the guy before you.
So you're going right looking right, and then the new rear currently, your advanced D. Where are you going?
Left.
Looking.
English. Sorry. Left and look middle.
Alright, perfect. Okay,
Right.
breacher on you. Oh, shield, stand up when the door opens and you're going full speed, okay? Unless called otherwise, you're going to be standing up and running in properly like everyone else. If you're called to crouch and move slow, then that will be called in advance. Okay, breacher on you.
Wait, could the shield go a little bit back?
Move right, actually.
Right.
So move,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Get to the center. Get to the center. Keep moving. Keep moving. Good. Good shit.
The only thing,
Yeah, that's
the only thing I saw in that situation as the breacher, as soon as you hit that door, you need to roll the fuck out of that way, because if shots do come through that door like it did there, and you are pinned into that corner and they start shooting
Right.
you from the right side,
Yeah.
you're going to die.
Okay.
So every time you hit that door and people are flowing in front of you, just bust out the way for them.
Like,
Hit door, move them.
do I go back or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like
so
when you hit the
the
door,
shield in
you'll
front
roll.
is the yeah.
Right.
So the shield's in front so that you have cover.
Okay.
That's the reason the shield exists, is to defend the breacher and when on a breach where you can't hide behind the wall on the opposite side.
Right. Perfect.
So that's why I would call a shield up in this situation. Otherwise, shields can be called up for simply a mirror gun calling that there's too many hostiles or that there's someone right in front of the door. But in this situation, yeah, it's to defend the breacher.
But other than
If the
that, that was pretty good.
Thirds, just remember, keep trained on the center of the room until it's called clear.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of you guys looked left as soon as you were done, but you want to keep train center just in case any other threats come out.
Trust your left to clear left for you, and just look center.
All trust.
Alright. I mean, I believe we've covered majority of the basics. I think everyone has done their role at least once during this. Any questions, or basically just anything that you want recovered?
No, it's all. I think I understand it.
Are you all comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.